it's Carolyn and Michelle, aka LA Triathlete and Fuel My Run, and we're going off course.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, I have one question off the bat.
Oh my God.
That's critical. I just watched your TikTok of today's outfit, which I'm seeing.
But I actually
stain
put the
on your-
beanie back on just to complete
It's cute.
the fit.
You know, I wish I was more of a beanie girl because I feel like they are so cute. But I don't know. I get like, if I wear a hat for too long, I get a headache and then I get so irritated and then it's itchy and I get mad. Even like baseball caps. And I love a baseball cap, but I can't.
You don't like things touching your face.
I don't like hair. Like right now I'm struggling. Okay, but my question was, did you only eat 6 oysters and that was your whole dinner?
No.
Oh, thank
No.
God. I was like,
No.
Michelle.
No.
It's like,
Can you imagine?
oysters are
I'm
like,
just like, do you like oysters?
yeah. No, I fucking hate them. I've had one oyster in my life.
Oh, okay. One.
It was in
even
Ohio.
a good one?
It was an Ohio oyster.
Okay,
Not
that
fresh
is
from the
just
sea.
you're hurting my entire being saying that. Do
I
we even
feel
know it
as
was an
though-
oyster? Sounds like it was a oyster.
It was-
Fake oyster.
It probably was.
A booger in a shell.
I felt like it just tasted like the ocean. Like I just
Kinda-
felt like
it's
I was
a
drinking
hint of ocean.
I'm not a fan of ocean flavor. I also don't like really love. Okay, I don't. This is weird because
You're
like,
weird about raw fish.
we love sushi, you and me,
Yeah.
but like I am a little sussed out by fish. But I feel like fish tastes worse when it's cooked than when it's raw. That makes sense.
Interesting. I don't
Like-
know. I like it
Jordan's like, oh, he's like, oh, I hate sushi. But I was like, I feel like if he just had like real
right
raw
roll.
sushi, I think he'd really like it. The rainbow roll.
all right.
Looking at me.
And then you dunk it in soy sauce. I feel like people say,
Yeah.
LOL. He's like, why didn't I come up? People just they don't give sushi a chance.
no, they don't.
They've
They don't.
decided they didn't like it. And then, oh yeah. So yesterday when I got the oysters, I came home hungry and I had to make a smoothie. But we also
Yes.
got this like hummus with pita and fries, which was not a complete meal, which is why I had to make the smoothie. But it was delicious. I highly recommend. And you know what? Maybe we'll get oysters together sometime and I will show
I
you the
feel like-
ropes.
You're right, because I was kind of unsure about sushi, and then you showed me the ropes. So, anyway, we're good.
By the way, you're not crazy
Yeah.
for the Achilles thing. Remember last episode, the Achilles slashing?
Oh yeah, I was like, what? It's been so long.
Hillary
Oh my God.
DM'd us and said, I'm also, so she's in Kansas City. I'm assuming that's what KC stands for, yeah?
Yeah, girl, I'll be there in 2 weeks. Shout out.
Shout out. And she said she also grew up worrying about people attacking her Achilles from under a dark car at night. What is that?
It's a Midwest thing. A lot of Achilles
What?
slashers out there.
It's going to be a
I
Netflix
swear,
podcast.
You know, those like those like stories that people tell you that are like urban legends, but they are like, no, I actually know the person. Like there's one where, for example, what I always
Okay.
think of is like, someone's like, yeah, this girl I know who's a nurse, like labor and delivery. There was like a woman who had a baby and she named her child Shafid, which is like shithead when you spell it out. And I'm like, I've heard this story from like 20 different people, and they're like, no, like I know them personally. And I was like, no, this is like an urban legend, and you're all pretending like you. But I feel like that's with the Achilles slashing thing. It's just some like weird story we've all heard. I hope no one's out here. Maybe we're just giving people ideas. No one.
I feel like
actually
this
was
is
doing it.
something all the parents heard on Fox News in the Midwest. And they're like, this is happening. We need to be concerned, you know?
Keep those Achilles locked down. Yes.
Can you imagine the
Correct.
Daily Mail article? It's like Achilles slashers. People could never walk again. Oh,
That would-
every time I talk about Achilles, it gets
Yeah.
tender. Like
It gives me
that's
the.
one of the worst
Yeah.
injuries, I think.
It's so gross. It's like there's just like not a lot of skin there. It's just there. It's tight. It's just yeah. No, I'm
It's
not.
just like standing up. Yeah, it's doing a thing. Anyway, how are you?
Good. I'm got back from Ohio. Was there over the weekend for my dad's celebration of life, and now I'm back. We're back. We're back for a minute. Actually, that's not true. I have to go to Kansas City, and then 2 weeks after that, I have to go to Tucson.
Oh yeah, but
So we're
that's
not
fun.
back, but-
Wait,
Yeah.
we're back, but
Yeah.
for a minute with the trip. So I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys saw this on Instagram. Carolyn
Oh yeah.
I'm mad. I'm mad at you for this a little bit. Like I'm mad, but I'm also happy. She PR'd her 5K in the 4-miler with elevation with
Okay.
give us details.
So yeah, it was the 4-miler, the Queen Bee 4-miler. If you know, you know. I wanted to do the half marathon, but it was sold out, and I was like, yeah.
Also, your hip was hipping. So like, at what cost?
Yeah, and I haven't really ran much. So I was like, I'll do 4 miles. But it's like everyone's like, oh, Ohio's not like Ohio's so flat, and I'm like, well, you've never been to Cincinnati, but yeah, it's like
Is
a
it
4
hilly?
miles, so it's 2 miles. It's so hilly because it's like I don't know why. It's just really fucking hilly. Like the Flying Pig marathon, I think has more elevation than the LA marathon.
Shut up! I had no idea.
I know. It's crazy. So the 4-miler, it was like 2 miles out, 2 miles back. But then the out, you like literally just go uphill the whole first 2 miles, downhill the first, like second 2, which I think is why I PR'd my 5K.
Really?
Because I was going downhill. But I felt good. I was just like running up the hill and I was like kind of getting into a stride. And I was like kind of near the front. And then like the U-turn, like they had people on bikes following the lead girls. And I was like not that far behind them.
Shut
like, what
up!
the
You
fuck?
saw the bikes, the lead
Yeah, they're
bikes,
right
that
in front of me.
felt really good.
I was like, holy shit. And it was really spread out. And then when you're coming back down, everyone, you know, is coming up. So you're passing everyone because it's an out and back.
That's a
And
good
so it was really
feeling.
cool because like I was like kind of by myself in this lead pack. But then there's all these people in like a huge crowd coming up and they're all like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God. I feel like
I love an out
So
and
good.
back for that reason. When it's a short race
too.
and you actually, okay, yeah, we were talking so much crap about out and backs, but when you're a lead, like in like the lead pack
Yeah.
ish, you know, adjacent.
You're like a
And then you
celebrity.
see all the people, like you don't want them to pass you. Yeah, you're a celebrity. And
Yeah.
people are like, damn, look at her go. And so it's like, you know, they're looking at you like maybe I can catch up. So you got to like keep that lead.
exactly. And like,
Wow.
normally I see another thing is like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get gassed. And then people are going to start passing me. But like, I think maybe one girl passed me, but I was doing a lot of the passing. I was like, what's going on? But coming downhill, just because we were going downhill, I was like, I should still push the pace. 'Cause,
Totally.
like downhill, you're like, oh, it's time for a break. But I was like, let's fucking go. And I think mile like 2, like whenever we started going downhill, that was like steeper. I went like a 6:25 or something, and then like it was a little flatter towards the end, still downhill, and I was like a 6:40. But then I PR'd my 5K overall. But as we do recall, when I ran that with 5K in Hilton Head, I didn't actually finish my Garmin. Like the race was a
yeah.
little shorter, and I stopped my Garmin, so I didn't get to 5K. So I feel like that one would have. I don't know though. That one I kind of died. It was really hot, so I don't know which one would have been faster. I need to go back.
So this
and
is
look,
your
but
Strava 5K? Oh, no, sorry. This is your
Yes.
Strava PR?
This is my my Strava PR. But I seriously think I was faster than. But it was also really good weather. It was like
I'd be
not
so
bad.
mad if I was doing a 4-mile race and half of it was uphill. That sounds like death.
Yeah, I was a little pissed, but I was like, but then you get to go downhill. At least the second half. Like, can you imagine if the second half was uphill? Oh,
Yeah, no, that's illegal.
Terrible.
Like no
That's
one would want to
literally
do
illegal.
that. It
Jail,
actually
yeah.
sounds kind of fun that way because you work really hard. And then at the end, it's almost like a celebration of going downhill and like, okay, time
Yeah.
to push and see what we can do. Did you run a 6:25 mile or did you just see the
think
pace on your watch get to it?
I forget. I think I did because I also on Strava. I don't know where my phone is. I PR'd my 2-mile. Which,
No
like, again,
way. Maybe that's
2
the
miles
win,
downhill.
is seeing your 2-mile PR.
Let me look. I found it. Let's see.
Found it. You literally just picked up your phone. That was so fast.
I know it's like under a pillow.
Oh,
sorry,
you
I'm
found your
dying.
phone, not the. I thought you like clicked a button, was already on the paces.
Oh, I've just been looking at it. I've had it up. It's my background on my phone now.
Yeah.
My Strava.
Honestly, you should celebrate
Okay.
a PR. I would do the same.
I should. So my average pace for the 5K was 6:55. The 2-mile was 6:38. And then my
Nice.
mile paces were, oh yeah, okay. 7:30 or no, 7:53. Getting warmed up. 7:30, which is like not bad for going uphill. My heart rate was really high. And then 6:40, 6:39, and then 0.1, 6:32, which was probably just like the finish line.
Wow.
Yay.
Wow. That
Not
it would have been a
bad.
little demoralizing, like going on the uphill and you know when you see your pace. But also you didn't train for this, you know, like you were just coming
Yeah.
back, and so you just kind of did it to do it.
Yeah.
Which I think people should do races like that more, like less races of like I'm going to train all out for this race, and
Yes.
more of let's do a time trial. Let's have fun, randomly sign up for a race,
That's so true. It's so true. Like just less pressure. Also, I like did a 4 mile. I needed to get like a long run in, so I did like a 4 mile warm up. So I was like definitely
I was
warmed up when
wondering.
it started.
Good.
Yeah, so I was really
That
warmed
helps.
up, but that helps. But yeah, and then the celebration of life. It was actually really nice. It was at my dad's favorite restaurant, but like I got to see all
good.
my old neighbors. Like neighbors who I still see who are like at my wedding and stuff, but like other neighbors who I haven't seen in like 15 years, and then my cousins
Aw.
who we just like all live in different, it's hard. And then I got a little urn with his ashes, but then my mom, like I didn't check a bag. My mom's like, I don't know if you can bring ashes onto and I was like, that's true. So
On an
she has to,
airplane, like in the carry-on or in the
yeah, and like the carry-on, because like it's just like a powdered substance, and I was like, maybe best we don't risk it. So she's gonna like mail them to me, but
I'd be nervous
yeah,
it being in the check-on bag.
I'd be nervous. Yeah, I'm like kind of nervous. I'm like, I'm just gonna drive home 2,000
Yeah.
miles, pick them up, drive back. But
Would
yeah,
you
I
ever
don't know.
drive cross country random?
I did. Yeah. When I moved
when
to
you
LA.
moved.
It was honestly so cool. I feel like everyone should do it once in their life. Just to experience it, to see what the country looks like. Like Kansas, like I've been to Kansas City, whatever, but like west of
The other
that,
part of
it's
Kansas.
The other part, the whole rest of Kansas is so flat. It's like kind of like it's weird. You're like, it's just so flat. You can't even wrap your head around it. But
It's a
then you, like-
basin, right?
I do believe it is a basin.
I don't know what a basin is. I just
a
wanted. I
basin
feel
and
like
a
it's something you would
range.
know. Okay.
It's probably a range. Yeah.
Okay. It's a
Jordan would
basin.
know. But okay, I'm gonna tell the story, and I feel so bad because I literally already told it to you in a voice memo, but it's so fucking crazy, guys.
No, it is weird.
It's so weird. So at the funeral, I was talking to this couple, and they were so nice, and like they were chatting, and they have like a son. The guy lived with my dad in college, and I guess
Cute.
they were friends afterwards for a little bit, and like I guess they came to Michigan. We had a lake house in Michigan growing up. They came with us when we were babies, right? Like I don't remember it, but like she was so nice and whatever. Talked to them for a really long time. They're like, yeah, our son, apparently their son got married like a week before me and Jordan. It was a whole thing. Didn't remember the name, came home, and then my mom, I was like, Mom, I met these people. They came to Michigan with us. And she's like, oh, that's Julie Shine. And I was like, oh. And then like an hour later, I was like, wait, I know someone with the last name Shine. I'm like, I don't know how common that name is. And so I
Right.
like pulled up this guy. There's this guy, Jake Shine. Jordan and I met in the Bahamas on a study abroad in 2013. It wasn't a huge group. It was like 15 of us maybe. So
Did you know
we-
Jordan
we all-
before that group? I forget.
No.
Okay, that's
We
so
like literally
funny.
met like the first day of the trip, came home with a boyfriend. But
Cute.
like we're all like, everyone was pretty close, like we all remained friends because it was a small group.
Mhm.
And Jake Shine was on this trip, and I was like, okay, I know someone named Jake Shine. So I look up his Facebook. We're still like friends. And he's friends with Julie Shine, his dad. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like Julie Shine, the couple that I met at my dad's funeral are his fucking parents.
It's so weird.
And I'm like, I spent 2 weeks in the Bahamas with this guy. Didn't know that we went to Michigan, like my lake house, when we were babies together. Like, isn't that crazy?
You got to track down a photo. You have to track down a photo when you guys
That's
were
what my
babies.
that's what my Jordan said. He's like, you got to find a picture. But like,
Oh my God,
I'm like,
so
I wouldn't
weird.
have come up in conversation naturally, I guess. But another weird thing, which I might have already said this on the podcast, but my dad and Jordan's dad went to the same high school and graduated the same year. Did you know that?
No. Did they not know each other?
Yeah, they
They
did
must
know
have known each
other.
other.
They
Wait,
did.
what? Did they ever hang out, or did they play a similar sport?
No, I think Jordan's dad was a nerd and my dad was like a party guy. So, but they they definitely knew each other.
Talk
Isn't that
about
funny?
small towns.
Yeah, no, literally. Cause like when I met Jordan, it was on the study abroad, but like his family lived in Dayton. So like they weren't even in the same area anymore. And I was just like, wow, it's so weird.
Okay, yeah, that's
Anyway.
really random. Yeah.
That was my crazy story from the from the funeral.
Also, I think this is a good moment to say that, because this is something that always drives Dov crazy. Actually, all my ex-boyfriends. They're like, Michelle, really? If you think you know someone or a connection to someone, I'm team always say it. Like always say, oh my God, do you know this person? Because in the rare
Yes.
chance they do, you have a
You
cool
never know.
connection. I'm always
I-
like, wow, you look like this person. They're like, no, I've never seen them. And I don't know. I always feel like there's a connection.
I always do too. So anyway,
Where does he live? Does he still live in Ohio?
I think he does. I think he.
You're like, he
Yes.
lives in the Bahamas. He got recruited at a surf shop.
He stayed. Yeah, he never came back.
Random, but just so I don't forget. In the last
Yeah.
episode, you know how we were talking about, I have my phone propped up with my notes so that it didn't randomly come to me. I'm staring at it. Now I'm giving away my secrets. You know how we were talking about, one of the questions was like, I don't want to sign up for a marathon because I'm nervous of the time commitment and stuff like that. I was thinking a little bit more about it, and I want to know your thoughts. I feel like marathon training versus half marathon training isn't all that different. It's more just like adding on a little bit of time to a couple runs a week. Like most of your runs are going to be pretty similar. Oh, my beauty light turned off. It wasn't doing much anyways. It's fine. But the biggest time commitment is the long run, and you're going to have to add like, but it's only like another hour. You know what I mean?
That's that is a good point because like when I was marathon training, granted I do other sports, so I'm not as like focused, but I still ran the same number of days. Like I'm sure you do too. But yeah, it's just like the recovery might be an hour instead of 30 minutes or whatever, or 45.
Yeah,
like 15
and
minutes
the long
longer.
run gets up to 20 or more or less instead of 13, 14. Some people even get up to 15 and half marathon training.
I
so
sometimes
it's like,
went up to 15. Yeah, with the half
I always
marathon.
like getting up a little bit more than a half marathon when I'm training for one.
I know, me too. I just love like. Sometimes I just love a really long run. Sometimes, not all the time, but I'm like,
nice and sweaty,
kind of fun today. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I know. Spicy.
Ooh.
I kind of want a burger after my long run this weekend. I'm craving burger. I think I'm low on iron.
I actually am having a burger on Sunday after my long run.
Wait,
/race.
Did we both decide this in our heads? Okay, yes. This is crazy. Carolyn signed. Wait, I'm jealous. I want to do a race. I'm making it about me. So you signed up for a random race this weekend?
Yeah, here's what happened. So I was on Instagram and this girl popped up and she's ran a marathon on every continent. And so she had posted her like Antarctica one. Which was
who
like,
was it?
I forgot. She doesn't have that many followers, but she had good content. So I felt kind of bad. But Jordan's been to Antarctica. But he went there for like research.
Where's this going? Are you going to Antarctica?
Oh my God, I wish. Well, so whole thing, Jordan's like, he said that the marathon was going on while he was there. So if you were like at the research center, you could just like do the marathon. But anyway, this girl, and I was like, man, how cool would it be to do, that could be my next thing. A marathon on every continent. Guess how much it costs to do a fucking marathon in Antarctica?
Okay, I want to guess. Including
like the price of
flight.
entry.
Oh, the price of entry.
I mean, I think I didn't actually look, but I'm assuming it includes the flight from like Chile.
Okay, so what does it include? Because I feel like the insurance is really high for that race because like there's probably a high chance of like you're gonna freeze to death.
Right.
So it includes a flight, maybe?
It includes a flight. I honestly don't know what else. I should have looked before I started questioning, making you answer this question. But I was like, it'd be kind of cool.
Wait, I think it's going to be minimum 500, but it's probably including a flight like 1,000.
It was $22,000.
Wait.
$22,000. 22,000. I'm like, that's.
Are
a
you
car.
sure you didn't add a zero?
No, I'm positive. I mean, the flight from
what does
like,
the medal
Chile
look like?
You get a pet polar bear.
Snowflake.
Actually, polar bears don't live.
Yeah,
they're North Pole, not South Pole. You get a penguin.
They like give you an igloo to having to hold your entire life,
like made out of gold. But I was like, oh, it might be expensive, like $1,000. You have to like get your own way there or whatever. But like you do take like a fucking military plane. That's what Jordan had to take too. And it's like, oh yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm guessing I'm not gonna ever do that. But good for her that she's so rich. But then that spiraled into being like, man, I should do a cool race. And then that spiraled into looking up the like vacation races that are at the national parks. And there is one in Joshua Tree, which is in like 2 weeks at night. Not doing that one. I thought about it. And it's at night. So I'm like, I could do it. Like drive there,
that
do
could
it,
be
and
good.
come back.
It's like higher elevation in Joshua Tree, right?
It is. It's at like 3,000 feet. No.
I
higher.
felt it when I ran there. Like I felt it. I'm weak. Okay.
Yeah, you can feel it. And
no reason.
The whole race, it's like sand. It's like a trail run, but it's not like trail. It's like loose. And I'm like, I can't run I hate sand. So I was like, not going to do that. But I was like, let me look up just trail races. Okay. There is a trail race in Pasadena on Sunday. And I was like, ooh, I'm doing a trail half marathon, which probably is stupid because I haven't been running very much. And I'm like, a half marathon on a trail with elevation is going to be a lot.
But there's less
You know.
pressure in a trail. I was curious. Okay.
There's less
when I
pressure.
saw your
Exactly.
Instagram story and I was like, wow, is she really going to try to PR her 5K again? Because I can't imagine, like, I was trying to guess what it could have been. I was like, maybe it's 5K. But then I knew you were going to tell me on the podcast. So
Yeah.
at least it is trail. You know what I mean? So that's less pressure either way.
That's what I was thinking. Because I texted my coach and I was like, well, there's a 10K and a half. And he's like, well, how's your hip
such a
feel? And I was
glutton
like,
for
it's not
miles.
bad. And then I know I'm such a slut for the miles. But then I was like, it's trail. So it's going to be a lot of walking. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, half walk, half run. I'm like, I could do that. So,
Wait, obsessed. Where's
yeah,
the
we'll
course?
see how
Like,
it
are you
goes.
going to run there or are you going to drive there or what? Walk
I
there?
thought about it, but it is kind of far because it's like on the other side of the Rose Bowl, which is like
Oh.
probably at least 6 miles, 5 to 6 miles from my apartment. And I'm like, that's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like-
At what cost? You cannot run there 5 to 6
at
miles
what
from
cost?
the apartment.
No way. And I would also be in my like trail shoes, but it's like on the other side of the Rose Bowl, there's like a park that's kind of in like La Cañada. And you start there and then you leave the park and then you go up El Prieto, which is a pretty good trail. I've ran it before. But there's always like tons of mountain bikers on it and they're aggressive. They have bells so you can hear them coming, but they were scary.
Let's talk about mountain bikers. If you don't have a bell on your mountain bike, you have a death wish.
That's true. That
And
is so
sometimes
true.
it's like, you're not supposed to you don't want to listen to music too loud on the trails, but sometimes you have like a little
Yeah.
bit going. But some of these mountain bikes, the carbon fiber, you can't even hear it.
No, I know.
It's like a Tesla.
It's like,
"Nyeh."
and they like on this trail specifically, I don't know if they go like the opposite way on purpose, but it felt like I've only done it like once, maybe twice, but like I feel like the way I go, that the runners go, is the opposite. And so you're going up and they're like just fucking flying down and you're like, okay. But it's like pretty intense, like very technical,
For the half
like not
marathon.
hard to run on, but there's like some big rocks and shit. And I'm just like, how do you ride a bike up that? I could never.
I feel
Mountain
like you
biking
would
is,
get
like,
into it.
I don't understand.
No, if
People
anyone could
are
understand,
trying.
you would understand.
I'm kind of a little bitch. Like I like to hike, I like the forest, but like I'm scared of everything. Like I don't
You
take
went
risks
hang
on the
gliding
bike, so
or paragliding. What was the one we knew you were
That's
dangling
true.
in the air
I was paragliding and I hated. It was fine.
every second?
I was like crying the whole time. Literally, every
You're
second
like,
of it.
this is work.
I was like texting. I have like all the people I do the donut run with. They are all like trail runners, so I'm sure people I know will be there. But I did text a couple people. Like one of them's out of town, and then my friend Becca. I was like, you should do it with me. And then, but like honestly, it was so cheap. It was like for the half marathon, it was like $90, and you still get a shirt.
We're so
There's, like, a lot of good
desensitized to
shit.
price now.
I know. That's
You're like, it was only
$90.
$2,000. It wasn't $22K. It was
It wasn't
Yeah.
22 exactly.
90 feels right for the trails, I think.
No, it does.
Is it bring
I'm
your own
excited.
fuel? Like, what is the fuel situation?
I should probably actually figure that out. I'll probably bring my own. I'll bring my like vest.
You might
'Cause
need
I
to
wanna
bring
look
your
like a
own
trail
soft
runner.
flask because a lot of the time they don't have cups. And so, like, if you need to fill up, you have to bring your own.
Oh yeah, I've got two little.
Your little thing
Nips.
dangles.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I'm like, I don't know. I like ran this morning and I felt I was texting you about it, but
Yeah, I got mad at you.
The way
again.
I-
You're like, I can't run
Girl.
anymore. I'm like, bitch, you just PR'd your 5K. You can't say that. You can't say that.
it's like,
Well, okay, let's talk about it though. Because it's like sometimes running, you can just all of a sudden have the worst run ever. And you're like, where did this come from?
it's crazy. Like other sports, I feel like swimming and cycling just aren't like that. But yeah. Yeah. One day, like I ran. So I did this week I did a interval-ish, trying to keep it slow still because of the hip. But I did like 6 miles and I felt so good. And I was like, yeah, bitch. And then today it was the donut run, which is supposed to be for me, it's like recovery run.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a group. Some people are in the front, back, whatever. So the first half, we like regroup at the halfway point. But I was chatting with this guy, and he's like, he's a child. He's young. He's got youth on his side. And he was like, I'm trying to keep up, but he's like, I can't talk.
What were you
like,
running?
I looked down at one point and we were like 8:05. And I'm like, okay, I'm out of breath. Like really dying, but I'm trying to play it cool. And then we get to the halfway point and I'm like, I'm just going to let him talk to his other friends. So he kind of just like rolls out and I'm like, I'm going to hang out in the back. So then on the way back, which is more downhill, I was running like a 9:10. I was running with my other friend and I was asking him questions. So he had to talk. And I looked down and my heart rate was 195. And I'm wearing a strap. I think it was because it was because I could not fucking breathe. And every time we stopped, I had to like catch my breath. I still feel out of breath and my heart rate resting is like really elevated right now. And then we got to another regroup. And then I was like, I'm really going to just go in like the back. So I slowed to like 920. My heart rate was still like 185. I averaged 177 for a recovery run. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Isn't that crazy? But I felt
it's funny because it just happens sometimes. It's like you don't know when it's gonna happen. But also you started out fast. Even though I know that's a pace that you can talk at and is typically comfortable for you. You know, maybe if you started out in the 920s and then went to that, it would have been different. Or maybe you're just fatigued today.
You're so right. I feel I don't know. Last night, as we know, I always sleep bad when I have a morning workout. So I feel like I slept like 6.5 hours. But the night before, I thought I slept well. My Garmin was like, So like the last 2 nights of sleep haven't been good. And then, I don't know. I think it's because I haven't done an early morning workout in so long.
Oh, interesting.
Months. And my body was like, we're supposed to be sleeping right now. Like it was in fight or flight. It was like, bam. And then I swam.
I want you to die right now. Oh, you swam after too?
Yeah, I was like on the fence. I brought my swimming stuff and I was like, a master's at 7:30. It's perfect timing. And then I was like coming up to the exit for the Rose Bowl and I was like, do I just go home? And then I was like, just go. You can get out early. And so I went and it was so cold. And now I feel like I'm dying now. I just feel like I could take a nap.
But you know what? That is the kind of workout when you're doing a run, it goes really badly.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good sign to show like sometimes you got to push through and do the second, like the way that, oh my God, Napa, you're bothering me. Sometimes you have to push through and in your case, swim, or this kind of happened to me earlier this week with my speed workout or my hill workout. Like I wasn't feeling good and I was like, okay, I could just cut it short and go home. But I knew if I kept going, how you kept going with swimming, it's like the mental practice for race day. And if you push through, it's like some days are going to be so bad, but that's part of training. And pushing through it is like, you know, what's going to help you in a race scenario. Because if you only have good runs and you have a bad race, you're screwed.
That's so true.
You know?
That's so true. And like, it's one of those things where it's like you never regret a workout. Like, I don't regret swimming this morning. I didn't feel great, but like I feel like if I hadn't swam, I would have been sitting here like not like fully regretting it, but
satisfied.
Like, oh. Yeah, I would have been like, I wish I swam today because the pool is fucking closed like all weekend. So I'm like, can't swim this weekend. Otherwise, if I could swim this weekend, I definitely wouldn't have swam this morning. But I was like, just go.
You know what?
It was fine.
I agree. You never regret a workout, but I actually regret my morning run.
Tell me. Today. What
This
happened?
is the only run. I came home and I was so pissed off. So I feel like I don't want to say this because people are going to be like weird about dog stuff. There's always people like, well, you should do that. You're just a bad dog mom.
Fuck 'em.
But anyways, yeah, get out. Napa has kennel cough. And so, but she was vaccinated against it. So it's not as bad as it could be. But at her doggy daycare, one of the dogs had it and it's highly contagious. So she has it. But unfortunately, if my dog is going to be sick, like I don't want my dog to be sick, but if my dog's going to be sick, like can't she just chill out? The answer is no, because she is a Doberman Malinois and she has the most energy in the world. And so she like right now, she's like, whatever. She's insane. And so I was going to take her out on a walk because it says like to not run your dog or like not to like let her play too much. But she has so much energy, the walk. And I was in my running clothes because I was going to do a walking warm up. The walk turned into a run and I couldn't control it. So I was like, you know what? And she wasn't coughing or anything. So I'm like, I'm just going to stay away from other dogs, let her do her thing. Every time she saw another dog, she decided, I'm going to be so dramatic right now and I'm going to like go into crouching position and try to play with them. She doesn't always do that. So we had to stop every quarter mile. And then she broke her running belt.
My God. Did she get like away? Did she like escape?
This is so annoying. She saw a stick that she wanted, and I'm like pro stick. I'm very like, have something in your mouth, like it's fine.
Yeah.
But she lunged at the stick at it, and she never usually lunges this badly. She lunged, and the running belt went snap, and I was like, okay. So I had to hold her belt and run, and it was just such a nightmare. And so I got home, and I was like, I'm pissed off.
That's fair. That's fair. You know what? You can regret runs. I was wrong.
Just this one. I've never felt this way
Just
before. Just this one. Well, I think if you have a dog in the equation, it can get a little hairy if they're not.
It can get
a
a
perfect
little
runner.
hairy. How far did you end up running?
We just did like 3.5. I wanted 5, but then I got home and I was like late to work, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
it's fine. Also,
it's fine.
I'm running too many. So, okay, let's talk about this. On Tuesday, I had a 10-mile speed workout planned. And
Excuse me. Yes.
Bless you. And
Thank you.
just didn't want to do it. I was like, you know what? No. And so I skipped an entire day. I was like, I took Sunday off, but I'm taking off Tuesday too. And then on Wednesday, even though I still wasn't feeling very good, maybe I have kennel cough. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I pushed through and got the workout in, but it just kind of reminded me, it's like sometimes taking a random day off in the middle of the week can actually help you with your runs later to come.
Oh, yeah. No, it's so true. I feel like it's like, again, one of those situations where you're like, I don't know. Sometimes I take a day off and I don't feel guilty at all. I'm like, fuck this. But then sometimes I feel really guilty. But it's like, sometimes you just really need it. It's like, man, it feels so good.
It's almost like you have to
you're
own
mentally.
it. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Just make the decision. Because like my problem is I dwell, and I'll be like texting my mom and be like, what should I do? I don't want to like do this trainer workout. My mom, she doesn't do triathlons. She's just like, don't do it then. The fuck?
Yeah.
But it's just like,
my mom's
you're
like,
right.
you feel bad? Why would you work out then? I'm like,
no, literally, that's my mom too. Shout out. But yeah, it's like, it's so funny because I feel like I need like validation because my coach, I don't skip workouts that often, and every time I've needed to skip one, he's like, "Oh, it's fine," but in my head, I'm like, "It's not." Like, what kind of trauma does this stem from, Michelle? Like,
wow,
is it from growing up playing sports, like swimming?
And always wanting to impress like your coach or do more or something.
I think so. I think I told you this. I've definitely talked about this on the podcast, I think. But one year in high school, I had perfect attendance at swimming, and that's 9 practices a week.
Wow.
9. Like more than 20 hours. And I didn't miss a single fucking one for a whole year for no reason. Like people are missing shit all the time, but I was just like,
you were allowed to miss
a
couple?
like, you have to. Yeah, like people, if they got sick, some people played other sports and they just would like disappear.
Do you feel like you're really self-motivated as a kid?
I think so. Because like no
Same.
one put the pressure. Like my coaches, like my coach was in high school was a fucking amazing. And then my mom, I almost quit swimming when I was like 12 because I didn't like the coach I had when I was 12. And my mom's like, I literally don't care. If you want to quit. Like, this is your decision. She's like, I'm not going to, because some parents are fucking crazy and they'll be like, they're so crazy. Like when I quit in college, my mom's like, you're not happy, just quit. Like, I don't care. But then one of my other friends quit a year after me and her parents were like not very cool about it.
Okay, this is so interesting because I think about this all the time. Like very similarly, my parents were like, I think they knew I was like very self-motivated and I always wanted to just like be the best that I could to a degree. That was probably, my mom was like always like, oh my God, you're pushing too hard. Like once I was like, I was like a little kid. I was like, I'm going to do ab workout. My mom's like, Michelle, I think you're like a little obsessed. And I was like, Mom, I'm trying to like be the best.
Trying to get a 6-pack.
Yeah, I was like, I want a 6-pack at 8. Just kidding. I
Yeah.
don't think I even knew what that was. But I'm like, I saw someone doing like, I was like, I need to do like abs.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's such a balance of like, I wanted to be pushed more sometimes, but my parents, I think, wanted to save me from not disappointment, but from just,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, but same. I think my parents were like, well, if you like this, do it. Like they let me do any activity I wanted. Luckily, we were in a financial position at that time where like I could do any sports or, you know,
Yeah.
instruments or whatever I wanted to do, I was able, which is really cool. But it was never
Yeah.
like any pressure. Why? why are we
that's-
like this?
I know, it's so funny because it's like, I don't know how that happens. Because again, yeah, the parents didn't instill it. And then my brothers, neither of them like didn't really play a sport. My older brother golfed and he was really good.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's like not as physically demanding as like swimming. But my younger brother never really played a sport. Neither of them had that same, like, like, again, no pressure on them to do anything. But it was just like, I don't know why.
Probably
that
better
happened to me.
mentally to have like less of a intense drive to
Honestly,
want to accomplish.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God. Sometimes I'm
imagine?
like, what if I could just chill? Can you imagine how easy?
No,
Not
literally.
easy, but like, look, try not to be. Actually, what is your mindset on this? Because I try not to have any regrets. And I don't think I have any regrets. I'm not like,
Yeah.
if I would have. I feel like if I were to do life again, I wouldn't. I don't like to say I would
Yeah.
change anything because your brain is formed based on everything you've gone through. And I feel like
True.
we should be more in the present /
Yeah.
a little future motivated instead of like focusing on the past. But I lost my train of thought.
No, I get what you're saying. I kind of feel the same. No, I'm like you. I actually think about that a lot.
What was
I
I
don't know.
saying?
But I like your point. Like you're like living, like you're not, like you wouldn't change it the way you've lived.
Yeah. What the hell am I saying? We'll circle back to it. But it's just
circle
like
back.
the self-motivation is crazy. Oh yeah, just being able to chill though. Once I retire running, once I PR'd all the distances as I've talked about, which like that's probably not going to happen. It will always be there. But I want to be able to do more things. And once I'm like not like super focused on running,
Yeah.
will I be okay with that? Will I be okay with just like
Oh my God. Sorry.
chilling?
No, I feel the same. And that's kind of like, I think we talked about this on another episode where I, like next year I wouldn't have my pro card anymore. And I'm just like I already signed up for 2 races. I'm like, sometimes I'm so fucking sick of doing triathlons. And then I'm like, stop signing up for races.
Well, you got
then.
the discount, right? If you signed up with your pro card or no?
Yeah, pro races were cheaper, but next year I had to pay full price.
Oh,
and it's just
I didn't
like,
know if
why
you
am
got
I-
the discount because you have your pro card now, or you'd have to wait for the pro card to sign up under pro.
Yeah, you have to have your. Oh, I have a thing to tell you real quick. Also, side
Yeah?
note. So, okay, Viore has something called the V1. I think I already texted you about this, but there's some more tea.
Oh
So
my God.
Viore has this thing called the V1 program, and it's like you get 40% off if you're like a coach, a trainer, or a professional athlete. They have a list of criteria. So I applied for this 3 years ago when I got my pro card, obviously, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, girl, you're in the program." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I thought like Lululemon has one too, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
theirs is like lifelong. There's
So
just 25%.
hopefully, because I finally got into it, and I don't want to have to reapply.
No, same. And I won't be able to. So anyway, Fiore's like, "Hey girl, like your membership's going to expire, reapply." And I was like, okay. So I just like submitted my current pro card, which expires in December, which
It's
Like-
still good. Yeah.
it's still good. And they don't know. I could be getting my pro card again next year. They don't know about me. And this bitch responds and is like, sorry, like you're not in the program. And I was just like, the fuck do you mean, bitch? So I responded and I was like, excuse me, like I'm a pro triathlete. I was like, this is like the same criteria from when I first applied and you let me in. And they're like, and I was like, there's a screenshot of all the criteria. I highlighted professional
You
athlete.
highlighted it?
I highlighted. It was so fucking bitchy in my email. And I was like, because I was pissed. I was like,
Well,
so
that's
I
just,
like emailed them
offensive.
back. The girl's like, I'll have to forward your email to someone who knows more about the program. And then I haven't heard back in like 3 weeks.
You're
But
just
last
talking
night,
to like an AI robot.
no,
the whole
literally.
time.
But I was like pissed, and I was like, I am so mad right now. I don't know who to talk to about this. Last night, my friend Chelsea, another pro triathlete, she got the same fucking email. She texted me and was like, "Are you in the V1 program?" She's like, "I just got kicked out," and I was like, "So Viore is hate. They hate triathletes.
They hate
They
triathletes.
apparently don't think. I'm like, don't put athlete in the criteria. They're going to be like, we're never working with, because I would love to work with them someday. But they're like, so I'm still waiting for a reply. I followed up yesterday and I was like, what's going on? But I'm like, don't put pro athlete in the criteria. And then when I send you my pro card,
they're like, sorry, not that kind of pro. Not that kind of pro.
Sorry. We mean pro as in any other sport but triathlon.
Pretty sure I got denied from, I think it was Lulu when
Really?
I, like, as a certified, RCA coach. I got denied because I think it was Lulu, and they said the reason was they weren't taking on runners at the time. This is before they launched like a running collection. I'm wondering if Viori's like, no, we're going to, like, we should look at their marketing to see who they're prioritizing. But also, like, if you have an audience, you think they'd want to have you.
That's what Chelsea
wearing their
said.
clothes.
Chelsea's like, well, she's like, you have a huge like Instagram following. Like you'd think they probably didn't even look at it, because I think you had to put your handles in. Like you might be right. Viori is definitely more athleisure loungewear. Like it's like pants you'd buy like to be comfy on an airplane, or like maybe do like very chill yoga. And definitely like, I guess they have a couple things you could run in, but I've never really, like, I love athleisure. I'm wearing it all the time, but I've never found that their stuff is like stuff that I would. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's something with the branding and they're like, well, you wouldn't wear this to train for a triathlon in.
All these athletic brands are charging too much.
Yeah, it's like
And it's
sweatpants for like $98. And of course I'm going to pay it.
Making a margin at 40% off, I'm sure.
They are.
But the older I get and the more that I'm just frustrated by billionaires and like learning more and more about capitalism. I actually have a book coming in the mail to educate myself further.
Oh my God.
I really want to start shopping with more like local and, like entrepreneurs just starting up, just because it's like, I'm tired of giving billionaires, and don't get me, I understand that so many people are employed by these companies. Like, I'm not dumb. Like, I understand that concept. But at the end of the day, if you're working for a company, like, you're working to pay the people at the top. Like,
no, literally.
Because honestly, they're paying you a wage where they can get away with paying you, so then they can make money. Like, we all need to realize this. So anyway, I feel like we need to be supporting smaller companies when it comes to athleisure. So if anyone has any recommendations, shoot us a DM, Going Off Course Pod. I said this right after buying all that shit from Lululemon. Whoops.
I know. I can't like listen, guys.
Round.
Like, like I'm still gonna shop at Lululemon, but like also I still need more than that. There's one brand I really like, but they're not poor. Like they don't need my money. But PopFlex Active, it's that girl who Blogilates. Yeah. She's like, I've always liked her. And then they like, sometimes they send me free clothes, which God bless them. Like little, just like gifted PR.
She works really hard on her, or at least she has really good videos showing about like the innovations behind her clothing.
Exactly. And she like talks about like, working hard on like what girls really want. And they're like, we heard you like customers complain about this, so we changed this. And I'm like, I think it's so cool, and everything they've sent me is so fucking nice. And I'm not just saying it because it's free, but it's cute. It's comfortable.
You're like, so use my code. No.
Yeah, so I'm like, guys, go to link in bio. Just kidding. I actually don't have a code with them, but they do seem like a smaller, not like a small business, but they would never kick me out of their V1 program. Shout out to Blogilates. Shout out to PopFlex Active.
I feel like millennials know Vloglates. Wait,
Vloglates? Blogilates?
Yogalates?
It should be.
What's her
Blogilates?
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. You would know.
I mean, she's probably vlogging. She'd be vlogging now.
Yeah, I remember her from like old YouTube days.
Oh yeah, she just seems like a great person. Also, let's talk about 26 Diamonds.
Okay, I don't want to talk too much. Well, it's not even talking crap. They just,
we're not
I
talking
reached out. They didn't want to work with us. I wanted to do this whole surprise where I surprise you with a necklace, and I thought it'd be perfect because it's gifting season.
Yeah, that
I was like,
real,
gifting
real
season.
Cute.
Like, and then we do it on the podcast, we do whatever. And then they just said that they couldn't afford it because the price of gold and diamonds are going up. And I understand that. But I also told her how much we would charge for like a video. And then also I'm probably talking to an AI person. Just kidding. I'm probably just talking to their social media person, which I actually think could be someone high up in the company with that company. But
could be. It seemed like a smaller company, but they like,
let's find something more aesthetic. Because I feel like I don't like this sounds mean. I don't like the font of the 26. anyway.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
fair.
want a different font.
We'll find something. Cause like the concept of like race jewelry is so like, I love it. I don't
Love
own
the
anything like
concept.
that. Love the concept. I think that's so cute. And I'm like a little, I love a dainty. I love
Yes.
like a
Something
thin
that you can,
gold
like, pair.
chain. Yes, layer. It's just
Preach.
like a tiny, very subtle. Like Kendra Scott makes. My friend Janet has a really cute necklace from Kendra Scott.
Just talking about Kendra Scott.
Really?
I haven't like looked at
I-
their stuff recently though.
I have like a cute heart necklace that I used to wear all the time. Like I'd swim in it and then it would break because I would wear it for months and months and never take it off. And then I'd buy it again. Actually, I should just buy it again because I fucking loved that necklace. But my friend Janet has the cutest. It's a thin, just a very thin dainty chain and a J, like a
Ooh.
very with like it might have like tiny little diamonds in it. It's just really cute. And
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, like Kendra Scott's not that unreasonably priced, but that necklace was like $600. And I was like, I can't justify that. But like,
well, I
something
think they have
that,
like real diamonds and fake diamonds too, probably.
she probably,
right?
yeah, she's probably got the real ones. But I was like, man, like a 26.2 and that tiny little, like, girl, what are we doing?
I mean, a lot of the clients that I work with, right, or my main client is a jewelry company, so I've like learned a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
about like manufacturing and that whole process. But I don't
Let's
know,
go.
like a lot of companies with like stainless steel, which is obviously not real gold or real silver,
Right.
it is waterproof. And so like the necklace that you wear all the time, like it's not going to tarnish and stuff like that.
There's a brand called like, it's like Atolia or something. I have a necklace from them that's like waterproof. So they like market
Yeah.
it towards like people who love the ocean. And I have seen ads on my Instagram
They
for
totally push
athlete
waterproof.
specific.
Yeah. Side note, really fast, I found this article
Yeah.
and it reminded me that I've thought about this a lot because, okay, this is like totally side note, but Kim, my running friend, she
out
got
to
injured
Kim.
a while back. And so she had to like stop doing, shout out to Kim. She had to stop doing marathons and stuff for a hot minute. And she's been back and she's been crushing it. And I think trails really helped with it. But she also started running, and maybe this has changed, but she was running only 3 days a week. And she was still training for races. And so her like, which I get like and she doesn't do like triathlons and stuff. Like
Right.
she supplements with water aerobics and some stuff like that. But only running 3 days a week. I saw this article from Runner's World pop up, and it's titled, if it loads,
I'm gonna pull
The
up on my
Runner's
phone.
World Guide to a 3-Day Week Training. Train smarter,
Oh
not
my
harder.
God. I'm going to look this up.
I know. And they say the benefits are lower injury risk, which I think really helped Kim. More recovery time, which makes so much sense if
Absolutely.
you think about it. You're able to improve your running efficiency. So like boosting your lactate threshold and all that kind of stuff. Better cross training. So avoiding burnout, which I feel like is kind of, if you look at triathlon training,
Yeah.
you're getting in the best cross training in the entire world.
You're not getting burnt out. Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. And then you maintain consistency. So it's like you're not having to take off runs
Right.
like me.
Dang.
Because you're
See,
able
I'm
to get
doing
it
it
in.
right.
Right?
Honestly,
So it's
like I probably I could run more days. I just get injured if I start to run more days. So
you know your body.
it.
I feel like that's so big.
know
is
my
like
body.
to know your body. Yeah, exactly.
these hips,
and there's
they can't. They're like, that's
those
it for
hips be
us.
barking.
You know, one thing I feel like, well, Santa Cruz was a disaster, but I didn't really do a lot of brick workouts before, which I always preach, do your brick workout. And then I don't do them because the best day for a brick is like Saturday. You know, I do my like Saturday long ride and then throw in like a 3 to 4 mile brick after. But then I like started getting like injured from running too much. This is also marathon training. So then my coach just stopped giving me brick workouts through the whole summer. And now I'm like, should I probably do this again?
It's hard
it
though when
sucks.
you have a long run the next day, right?
I know, that's the problem. I'm like, I don't like running 2 days in a row. But I've done it before and like was fine. I'm like, I don't want to push it too hard with the hips.
Would you
They're always
consider
thinking.
a midweek brick?
Yeah. You know, I did like a Wednesday because I always ride Wednesdays because I run Tuesday, but I do like a hard run on Tuesday, like an interval. And so like the brick would be okay. I just think my legs would be tired, but that's like a really good idea. Maybe I should. But then it's like winter now. It's not winter. It's like 80.
Winter now,
Um,
bitch. You're in LA.
It's
Get out.
literally winter, but I'm like the sun is setting so early that it's like I don't want to do that because it's like by the time I'm done riding, it's almost dark out. And girl, in the winter, we'll talk about it when the time changes, but
When
I
the
go
winter
into
comes.
full hibernation. I don't leave. Like the sun sets here at like 4:15. I'm like, I'm out.
People in Ohio are like, who are you?
I know. Although the
but you're
sun
right.
sets
You're right about the
later.
sun. You're right about the sun. That does make a difference.
Like, like if I have to run in the dark in the evening, like it's not that bad, but I hate it. I'm like stressing out trying to get to the Rose Bowl at like 3:30, and I'm like, let me just get there so I can get my workout done, and then I come home at
No,
like
so
4:30 and I
true.
just sit and I don't leave the couch. But yes, Ohio, because of where it is in the time zone, it's further west, and so the sun sets hella fucking late there.
Wait, I feel like the sun is setting so early here. Like, and it hasn't even
Yeah,
been.
because you're east, like you're. Because I don't know where you are. It's not true. I do know. You're like above New York, right? Or something over there.
Yeah.
Like you're pretty far east because like you're still in the same time zone as Ohio. But Ohio's like way further west than where you are.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So you're getting an earlier sunrise, but you're also getting it earlier. And that's what happens in LA. It's like the sun comes up. That was the thing too. When I was in Ohio, I'd be like, oh, I'll go for a run in the morning. I'm like, the sun doesn't go up till like 8. It's like pitch black at 7:30. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
Wild.
weird. Okay, now I need to see when the sun actually. I'm just confused.
Take
because
some notes.
Yeah, I need to take some notes because what is it? Not daylight savings, the opposite one. When daylight saving ends,
I never know which one it is.
I know, but it's like nice because you get an extra hour of sleep, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But it is so. If I don't run in the morning or at lunch,
Oh yeah.
screwed.
Oh,
like you can't.
No,
do
literally.
it.
And like we don't run in the morning here, so what are we gonna do?
I did like a late morning run today, and I was like kind of pushing it, and I was like, if I push it any further, you can't do a late morning run if you work. I'm sorry. Like I was screwed myself. I was like, okay, I have to
No, I
work a little
can't.
before. It's like it's so chaotic.
Yeah, you do work, and you're like, I haven't showered yet because I'm gonna run, and then, yeah, no, I tried to do that. That's the thing about the donut run. That's like I don't want to wake up at 5:30 to go do it, but it's done, and I don't have to think about it the rest of the day. Because then if I don't do it, then I'm like, I'm not doing an evening run on a Friday. So then I'm like, oh, I'll go out for lunch, and it's 90 degrees. Anyway,
Yeah.
I digress. So
Random, but I know I was talking about like styling an outfit. We mentioned this a little bit earlier in the conversation. Wearing a unique outfit every day because I feel like it's a good challenge. I started posting those videos on TikTok and they're really embarrassing and they're filmed so poorly.
No, they're not embarrassing. I
No,
really like
they're
them.
cringe.
Every day I'm like, what's Michelle wearing?
Oh my God, that's so cute. They're really
think
cringe,
it's
but I've
fun.
decided if you don't do cringe things, maybe it's like
No, you
being a
have to.
millennial. Like we're allowed to do cringe things now because we're in our
who
30s.
cares?
So you can like come with me for my journey.
our
And I feel
TikTok.
like we should all do it. Trying to wear a unique outfit every day.
It's very inspiring because I was saying to you, I'm like, I feel like my clothes are boring because I'm just like,
No, you
black
have so
jeans,
many
shirt.
clothes though. You can
have a lot
you
of
can
clothes.
style it
No,
in
you're
so many
right.
ways.
You're right. And on that note,
And all on that,
I
yeah.
have to go make my lunch.
Same. I'm starving. It's 2:30
I'm so
here.
hungry.
I'm eating late
Yeah.
lunches.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's go
Girl.
eat. I
All
ordered
right.
the French Chipotle. What?
Oh my God.
No,
Yum.
the Canadian. It's called Poulet Rouge. It's gonna be okay. But anyway,
Send me a picture. All right.
I will.
On
Until
that
next
note,
time.
We'll see ya
See you next
next
Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.